Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of My Team Career Mode. And here we are, season two, about to kick it off. And before we do that, we have some changes to go over this season. Some drivers have moved, and honestly, this looks pretty cool. So we got Red Bull, obviously. Max, still Red Bull. However, his teammate is now Oscar Piastri. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, spicing things up a little bit. Mercedes, still the same, George and Kimi. Ferrari, stay the same. Lewis, Charles. McLaren. So obviously Oscar left for Red Bull, and guess who we have at McLaren? We have some reunited teammates in Lando and Carlos Sainz has rejoined McLaren alongside his buddy Lando. Car Lando is back, baby. Let's go. What a season we have here in store for us right now. This is awesome. Cool to see them back together as a team. Moving on, we got Williams signed my former driver, Paul Aaron. He was at the team, obviously, last year. Had to go podium, so I guess Williams picked him up to replace Carlos. And obviously, Alex is still there as well, Williams. Moving on to Alpine. Pierre still there. However, oh yeah, and no. So Liam Lawson moved from Cash App Racing Bulls to Alpine. So that's interesting. Liam Lawson and Pierre Gasly. Aston Martin, obviously, Fernando retired. Somehow Lance is still there, thanks to his dad, probably. And then we have Franco Colapinto replacing Alonso after he retired. We got who else we got? We got Haas. Still has Oliver Behrman, and they picked up Joseph. I thought it was a chick for a minute. I was like Maria. I was like, who the what? Apparently it's a dude with the girl name. Interesting. Or maybe it's Spanish and maybe it's not. Maybe it's Maria. I don't know, but looks like a girl's name to me. So, anyways, that's Haas. Kick Sauber. Also, we picked up Nico Hulkenberg, so they had to sign somebody, and they picked up Jack Doohan from Alpine to replace him. Racing Bulls still has Isaac Hadjar, and they picked up the American Jack Crawford from F2. And obviously, we have two new drivers. We have Zane Maloney from Barbados, shout out. And then we have Nico Hulkenberg. So, pretty excited lineup there about that. Or this season's pretty exciting. So, yeah, I think that's going to do it as far as the driver moves and changes this year. Yeah, should be a really exciting season. Quick recap. Obviously, no sprint. Thank God, no sprint. So, qualifying recap. It was dry in Q1. We set the seventh best time, so we were, easily top 10. Feeling pretty good going into Q2. However, it started raining, and when it rains, the AI are just a little strong, Huh. And yeah, unfortunately, we just couldn't quite make it into Q3. We got knocked out in I believe 12th. So that's where we're going to start today's race. However, Nico did make it through to Q3, so he's going to start in the top 10. I can't remember exactly where he starts, but so our teammate, we're driving as Zane this weekend, and obviously Nico is going to be our teammate, and he's starting ahead of us. So hopefully we can get in the points and join him in the points there and both finish in the points. That'd be awesome. We could start the year. So with that said, let's get into it.
Months of rumour and speculation all comes to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. It's a relatively new look at Albert Park after its 2022 redevelopment. Turns 1, 3, 6 and 13 are all wider than they once were. We have thrown turns 9 and 10 into the bin. We do still have 3 DRS zones that will give our drivers that opportunity to overtake. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Sainz, Sir Lewis Hamilton and Hulkenberg, Gasly, Colapinto, Aaron and Liam Lawson, Maloney, Antonelli, Lando Norris and Piastri, Hadjar, Albon, Ollie Behrman, Gabriel Bortoleto, Crawford, Stroll, Doohan and Pepe Marti completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Well, you're very welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me, an authority on all things motor racing. It's a warm welcome to Naomi Schiff. It's difficult to know to keep what you have or to go for something new. But this team will have a new driver on the grid for next season. That's our main headline today.
Yeah, it's a really aggressive decision, and to announce it that early, I guess you kind of raise the question, why did they do it? But this is a driver that's really sought after, so I kind of understand why they would want to bag that driver as early as possible. But hopefully for them, that doesn't cause too much distraction, and they make sure they keep their team right now motivated until the end of the season.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So it appears we gained 1 position. I guess Alex had a penalty. Obviously, it's too early for an engine change or any kind of power unit change. So he must have been a naughty boy and was impeding in qualifying. So he deserved a penalty for that. So that's cool. We gained 1 spot without even starting the race. So that's cool. So strategy. Here we go. 1 stop for sure. Yeah, we're going to make that work. So let's lower the fuel load a little bit here, 29 laps. For some reason, we've been lowering the fuel load quite a bit, and it's not been working out for us. So we're going to try to not lower it too much here. We'll do 45. We're basically put an extra lap in the car because I don't know what to do anymore. Like, it's weird. Like, I wonder how something to do with the fuel upgrade. Like, it's supposed to, you know, the more you upgrade your fuel, whatever, like, you can get away with not, like, underfueling the car, or not, like, underfueling it, but having less fuel in the car because it, you know, you have better fuel mileage, right? Well, I think it does it here, right? But when you're on track and racing, it doesn't do what it should be, or your estimate, you know, your estimation or whatever. So I could be wrong. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just, you know, I don't know what it is. But I just feel like ever since I upgraded the car, I could lower the fuel load quite a bit than I did before. But it's like, and it ends up under fueling the car, even though my lap estimation, whatever, is still beyond the 29 laps or whatever the laps are. So I don't know what's going on with that. So we're just gonna do 1 extra lap of fuel just in case. Because I hate trying to manage fuel. It's at the end of a race. It's so dumb. So with that said, I think we have our strategy going. So I think we're good to go. Looks good to me. Let's start this sucker, shall we? Gloves all. I just realized I have no idea what number Zane is. Is he 5? Let me see. Where's the replay? And then change camera. Try to like. Is that a 5? I still can't tell. Still can't tell. Still can't tell. How about now? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to look for it. Still can't see it. Wonder if I can like need to grab my controller and rotate the car maybe? Let's see. Do that or not. Again, good. Let's see his number. 1? Oh yeah, that's glitched. Okay. So obviously Max is number 1. So I think he's 5. I heard there was a bug with some drivers that they don't have the correct numbers. Like it was either 1 or 99. I think the guy, Carrera had on my team last year had 99, which is obviously also incorrect. So I think they're working on that. It's a bug, so that should be patched this Tuesday. Which obviously I won't be here, so I'm going to be out of the country. No, it feels like I'm going to be out of the country, but no, different state for a week for work. So I will not be streaming next week. Unfortunately, I'll probably stream 1 or 2 tomorrow, maybe before I go on Sunday. So we got maybe 1 or 2, and then obviously a week without streaming. So, but we're back next weekend, hopefully. So, anyways, resume. I think he does have number 5 on his helmet. That's why I was wondering if it was 5, because that's what his helmet said, I think. So maybe that's what his number will be after they fix it. I'll have to wait and see when I get back home next weekend. So we're a little out of position. I'm sure we definitely have a top 10 car. The bad news is we do have some top 10 cars behind us as well. We have a Mercedes and a McLaren and a Red Bull right behind us. So we got, including ourselves, 4 top 10 cars right in a row here, starting outside of the top 10. So we're going to be passing some cars and going to try to keep them behind us too. So see what happens. Oh, they're also fixing the race starts in a patch. I realized this too, like the AI seemed really slow off the line. So they'll be fixing that. I've had some like pretty crazy starts, like pretty good, but obviously that's been not right because the AI is bugged. Like this, see? A little slow there. Someone's definitely holding us up here.
Okay, DRS is now available. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of it.
Oof. Rush the wall there. Thought about it. Risky. Oops. with our teammate ahead, Nico. Doing pretty good. He's in 5th. Maybe we'll play rear gunner for a little bit. Maybe not. Oops. How's our tires? Yeah, not great. Halfway through descent.
Yellow flag. Green flag.
Oh, no, we stop. Wonder if he's going to stop. Ooh. Ran wide there. Yeah. Feeling the effects of the tire wear now.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Dropping due to wear, don't be too aggressive. Don't forget, box this lap.
Everybody's betting.
Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound.
Man. We need to get going because Lewis is being held up by somebody up there. Just made a mistake. Oof. It's not good. Teammate's behind me. He's faster than me right now. Might have to let him go. No, it's not. It's somebody else. Hit me, I think. Are we seriously out of fuel again? Mother! How is that possible? Unbelievable.
Okay, Nico's into the pits. Nico in the pits.
Oops. Yeah, that's gotta be a bug. So
9 laps of fuel to go, 9 laps left.
essentially, if you purchase or develop fuel upgrade parts, all it does is trick you into thinking you can put less fuel in the car than you can. Got it. I gotta start lifting and coasting.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Caution.
Caution for what?
Okay, clear.
Uh-oh, Carlos. Oh no. On his McLaren re-debut.
There's enough fuel to do 6 more laps.
Well, up to P5 again. Still got some fuel saving to go.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Not good.
Less than 1 lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
No, I'm out of fuel. No. Oh my god, we hit on 6.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you at Ferme.
Damn, man. 5th should have been 5th. Maybe 4th if we didn't have fuel problems. But
The British driver will look up and see the checkered flag first. George Russell takes the checkered flag.
And to get a victory at the first race of the season, this might be a sign of things to come. One thing's for sure is that this performance will be giving the team and the driver relief and confidence going into the rest of the season.
Here we go then, the top 3 from the race making their way onto the rostrum. And absorbing the acclaim of the crowd, George Russell on the top spot. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who's joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
That's rough. Yeah. The 2-stop, not the way to go. Definitely not the way to go. And unfortunately, my teammate was on a 2-stop strategy and finished outside the points because of that. 'Cause otherwise, he would have been right behind me. I mean, honestly, he probably would have passed me on the last lap had he, not done the 2-stop. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, clearly the 1-stop was a strategy today, and that sucks. I don't know why they put him on that, but I mean, it was clearly a 1-stop, so I don't know. But unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, could have been a lot better this weekend. We could have had some more points on the table for sure. Obviously, fuel issue. Could have finished at the very least 5th. Had we not had any issues at all, we could have challenged Charles maybe for 4th. We let we could have, yeah, look at Kimi on the power. I mean, he's in a Mercedes though. Mercedes is just miles ahead of everybody right now at the moment. Like, they're doing 117s. I bet I could have done a 117 had I not had a fuel problem, probably, but I don't know. Regardless, yeah, kind of what might have been. We could have been fighting for podium, perhaps, had we not had fuel problems. So, yep. Oh well, we'll learn. And I keep saying that 'cause it's like 3 in a row now. We've had some fuel problems. So, I think it's just I thought maybe it was track specific, but clearly it's not. Clearly the upgrades that were put on the car are just tricking us into thinking we can put less fuel in, and that's not the case, apparently. Maybe a bug, I don't know.
We have something for you to look at, please.
Something to look at. We got major dispute between the aero and chassis. Uh-oh. Oh, we gotta choose which one, huh? And then... guess we'll go aero for now. Oh, I didn't realize we were like pretty much done with done one more power shaft. We could have had engine power, but oh well. Phase 3? Ooh. How about that? So we're at phase 3, personnel and engineering. Pit crew training, absolutely. Oh, we can build 3? Ooh, that's, interesting. Yeah, so we need to do this stuff right here. I should have done engineering first. Oh well.
Hey boss, really pleased to say that early talks have progressed well.
Oh, good.
And we're now in a position to have a first meeting with them, to learn more about what we're each after. It's a bit of a dance, but it'll be worth it, I think. And remember, it doesn't bind us to them. We can always go elsewhere.
But we're not going elsewhere. Sign a long-term contract.
Things are progressing well. We've got a bit more into the weeds of discussions following that first early meeting. In a good way. You know, details. I'll keep you posted. It's not over the line yet. Hi, boss. Take a look at this. I think this is a real fork in the road for us as a team.
Fork in the road. Sweet.
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Do we, though? Because we don't. So, quit lying to me. Can't quite. No. Let's do one at a time. Well, we can get this one done before. Well, technically, that's weird. Single development. We'll get them both done before Japan.
Another day, another milestone. Good job.
Sweet. Sweet, we can get that done before Japan too.
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
Nico, my man. What's that? 7 fan rating.
Boss, we've got interest. There's a sponsor looking to work with us.
Sweet. New sponsor on the car.
Good news. We've just completed the development of a part, and it's now ready for fitting. But be sure to check in at the Assign Upgrades screen when you get the chance.
Another owner training. Okay, okay. Single development. Won't be done before Bahrain anyway, I guess, but whatever. So I could have done dual there, but we got plenty of cash. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. Cool. Oh wait, oh, forgot. Let me do customize. Got a new sponsor on the car for sure. There we go. That's pretty good. Cool. I like it. Alright, now that'll be at the end of this episode. Tune in tomorrow. We'll do either 1 or 2 tomorrow. Depending on what, I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow as well. Get ready for the trip. But yeah, we'll see if we can squeeze 1 or 2 in tomorrow. But until then, peace out.